So just hours from now, the British Crown is taking what some LGBT activists are interpreting as an extraordinary and historic stand in support of LGBT rights. At 3 p.m. Eastern Time, Queen Elizabeth II will sign what's being described as a 21st century Commonwealth Magna Carta, a pledge designed to stamp out discrimination throughout Great Britain and beyond. But part of that declaration reads, "We are implacably opposed to all forms of discrimination, whether rooted in gender, race, color, creed, political belief, or other grounds." But the lack of specifics in that language around other grounds is raising some questions. NBC and UK Daily Mail contributor, royal watcher Neil Sean joins us now from London. Neil, it's good to have you here. LGBT rights activists have criticized the Queen for not backing an issue for the LGBT community during her 61 years in reign. And the fact that this language of this charter doesn't publicly acknowledge the LGBT community and the fact that it faces discrimination worldwide is raising the debate. So what exactly is the point of the charter if the language is not specific to be truly all-inclusive?
Well, Thomas, let me tell you, yesterday when this headline came out, it was on the front page of the Sunday Times, possibly Britain's biggest sort of selling serious newspaper. And everybody, it was a huge talking point over here. Of course, the Queen backing, if you like, something, rather radically, as you say, in her long reign. But when you look at the document, it really has no legal underpinning. It doesn't actually mean anything. It's quite a vague document itself. And I really believe that, the media, the press, the newspaper of that moment, really didn't know what was inside the document, undertook their own sort of theory and decided to make it a front page news. This document was made up quite a few weeks ago, so there was never any doubt about what she would be signing or stating to. So while people may get excited, and of course you've got the activists kicking off saying it doesn't say this, I mean, we've already got a few over here saying that 41 out of 54, I believe, Commonwealth states, it's still a criminal activity. And so the bottom line is, where does it go from here? I don't really think it rests with, of course, Her Majesty the Queen. She doesn't really have that much say or can do much about it, really.
All right, so you brought up about the specifics as you talk about 41 of 54 Commonwealths do have the harsh penalties against the LGBT community, including in certain parts death. We're talking about Pakistan and Nigeria, long prison sentences in places like Uganda, and that's also where they've been trying to implement the Kill the Gays bill. We have Tanzania and Malawi, also prison sentences there. So what sort of diplomatic implications could this move by the Queen have, especially given the fact that this conversation has bubbled to the surface as a consequence of this charter?
Well, then again, I don't mean to be sort of, negative, but not a lot really, While a lot of people were sort of hoping that because of her backing, shall we say, things may change. And the good thing, actually, Thomas, is the fact that because it's Her Majesty the Queen and this topic has now been raised, of course, people are talking about it in far much more detail. But in terms of what can the monarchy do, not at all. But as a royal family, one has to remember, they have to remain impartial. We wouldn't really know her thoughts on this anyway, but if you wanted to be put a positive spin, the Queen and the royal family are very much positive supporters of the community. So, I think some people over here are being a bit cruel about her, but, this is an 87-year-old woman. At what point would she really get involved in that?
Neil Sean reporting from the UK. Neil, great to see you today. Thanks so much. We appreciate it.
A pleasure. Thank you.